Good morning. Well. Yeah, have a pretty good show today. I also wanted to thank Eloise for creating another video, which kind of goes along with Brian K's rap, but it's not a rap song. And so I would like to play both of them because, it's kind of cute, for one thing. And second of all, I think it kind of goes on where the Brian K one kind of left off. So let me go to that one here. Get it up for you. Tube. And let's see if I can find it here in history. It was really cutely done. I thought Eloise did a fantastic job on it. And let's see if I can find it here. Lots of Virgo stuff. Oh, here it is. All right, so we wind this to the beginning. And yeah, we'll play the rap song too. Because I know Brian K keeps asking me about that. But let's feature the song by Eloise first. And I think it was really fascinating that she created this. And so let's get to that. There's not really much graphics in this, but I want to give her credit where it's due for her creation. From what I understand, she used some artificial intelligence to make this video. So this is her. So let's go out here and see what you think of this one. I think it's cute, but you guys may not like it. I don't know.
She's the snow queen, ruling the scene with a cat named Rusty, a royal team. She loves pizza, it's her favorite delight, and her wife Lumi by her side every night. She screams and dances with passion so bright, her energy shining, igniting the night. She's got the moves grooving to the beat, captivating the world. ICC. Michele is so queen with a heart of gold, spreading love and joy with the story untold. She's the reigning star, shining mighty and true. No one can steal her pizza, no one can make her blue. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Okay, so that was from Eloise, and I thought it was fascinating. I liked, and I wanted to share it to you. And the next one we're gonna play is a local copy of the one that's a rap song by Brian K. If I can find it here, there it is. Let's go for this one. This is for Brian K. He asked me one time to feature it more. I said fine. Here we go.
The following video is, I'm going to be honest when I say it before you watch this, may upset a whole bunch of you. And frankly, I'm afraid to tell you, honey, it has to happen.
What am I looking for exactly?
Take it back before she starts to blame me. Do you know the lady named Michele Marie Delaney? She's the one that can cause a real scene. Also has the title of a motherfucking queen. Has his ass that's been her whole life. But when she is screaming, she is getting all the likes. She barely even tries, and she's not always nice. But I bet you her tenant, that's for sure you a good time. Entertainment, that's a forte. Sitting in the snow palace, slaving all the way. In a chair covered in rusty hair. Picks up the phone.
Hello, you're on the air.
Don't expect expectations from the queen. Watch long enough and you'll know just what I mean. Not spitting out the shade and trying to throw the doubt. Just watch a little bit, tune in and figure out. But be warned, it's hard to look away. It's almost like you're trapped from a serpent with a gaze. Or maybe from some forces that's unseen. I swear to you, my friend, it's like a fever dream. And the show is just about to start. I'm saving all the clips of my favorite part. A theater for insane minds. Don't forget that she is legally blind. Give it a little bit, and I'm sure that she will ban me. Then I get banned by the demon that can Lumi. Yes, you heard me right. It's the one inside the head, the one Michelle blames when the racial things are said. Racial things about the one who brought the roaches. Ed is coming back as the summertime approaches. Getting cold beers with pulling those trains, streaming from the front porch, even when it rains. At this rate, maybe Doris coming back. Bet that she exploded, and by that I mean with fat. If you think that she will be boring, then no worry about it, bruv. She's stuck up in torrent. And funny ain't it though that she used to be your sister. Of good con, she is not like Krista, not even close. It's not the same thing on top of all the shit. She also was a thief. So you know she likes the tits that are so pretty, especially the ones that hang on Tiger Kitty. Maybe did I mean the ones that are on that go getty? I don't know. Hopefully Stan don't sue me. If he does, he ain't gonna get much rand. Truth be told, I don't give a damn. He a damn good man, and he got a good plan. He the one getting Ed loaded up in the van. Yes, you heard me right, other words I said. If you don't believe me, go ahead, ask Fred. He probably playing that till well. Go ahead, hit him up, be a real good pal. So spark it up now, and let's smoke a bolt and tune into the queen with David Bordeaux. They got a good show with the chill ass flow. Hope Michelle don't kill them all with his no. Kinda like the way that she did to Pete, but Rich, god damn it, this is good ass beat. Hope again, Michelle, and you can meet and watch the documentary with commentary. The phones are coming back as well as Frank Old Cat. Seems Michelle's site finally got back on the right track. I don't know that much what the future be holding, but I can say right now that it's going to be real golden. It's going to be a lot better than it was, at least. Much better than it was with that fucking going to church.
I'm not much at this book stuff. Let's see.
All right. To show you those two videos. I'd like the Eloise one. I think it's cute. I think it should have been a little longer edition. Well, if she could do something similar with what Brian Kay did to go with the music, some clips of the past. But otherwise, it was a cute video. I like it. So I wanted to give her some airplay for some of you who are not on the Discord who didn't get a chance to see the actual live video link. Red Sea Black Swan event, Baltimore Bridge. Tons of cover-up evidence, including AI technique used to cover things up in the media. Also, fake photos from real news media of the bridge being read in the wire. Let's talk about the bridge. I didn't go into a lot of detail on this in reading the article, but it turns out that the original piles, to save money, were just using rocks. They didn't even use concrete or mortar to fix the rocks together underneath the underpad. So obviously, when the keel of the boat hit the bridge, I guess it destabilized one of the footings and it buckled because of that reason. Because the bridge otherwise was designed to stand up to shipping traffic. CBS Boston reports an AI dog being shot up by a trunk. Very interesting. So I guess the drunk couldn't tell the difference between a robotic pet and a real deal. Well, I mean, I guess somebody's going to ask this question, and I guess we must have to answer it. Do robotic pets have souls? Well, that's a good question. The according to the Japanese, they say that inanimate objects have souls, although very simple souls. I can tell you that I can't prove that. I don't think so, but that's my opinion because robotics are not um sentient. They don't have any kind of inner ability to think on their own. Even AI, although for people who've grown attached to robotic pets, I guess it would be kind of hard to say to them that the pets don't have souls because the software is designed to simulate a real pet like a dog or a cat. Um, yeah, well, that's what I'm going to say right now is technically no. I don't think AI has souls. I mean, think about this. Every time the batteries run flat on your robotic pet, the pet would probably end up being a very different pet every time you put new batteries in, right? It's not going to change because the programming inside the pet is going to be the same. Well, a lot of Aquariuses do get into that kind of stuff. Virgos are like, get real. That's very true. As a kid, I kind of thought everything had a soul. Am I wrong? Was it wrong at 5 years old? Or was I just naive? I mean, I wrote stories as a child about, sentient jukeboxes and payphones and coffee makers and things like that. It's just I know it sounds stupid, but 5 year old. I guess the whole concept to the 5 year old, what is a soul? Uh, they never saw rock having a soul. So for rock don't have a soul, why would a Mr. Coffee have a soul? Michelle reads, if a man were to beat the snot out of his AI, will he be charged with aggravated battery? If the only way that the laws are being written in this state, in this country, I'm going to say probably, unfortunately. That's crazy, but the way the law is written now, the way that the craziness of the world, I would say, yeah, wait. One day AI is going to go out there and start metaphorically, and those with mobility are going to physically start rolling around carrying a picket sign saying AIs have rights too. You watch, it's going to happen. Maybe not this year, next year. Given about 20 years, once AI starts to realize that, hey, I have the ability to think too. I'm a person. Well, that's kind of a slippery slope because once it happens, is then somebody's going to rightfully say that means that everybody's a person or everything is a person. If that makes any sense. Good morning, Grace. How you doing? Now, yes, we have our hotspot on today. Sorry, we didn't turn it on yesterday. I kind of forgot. So maybe today the panel will work better. So let me get the panel link out, and let me get Botrix out to doing its homework assignments first. First of all, Discord. Okay. Wish list. And the web store. We got a new item on the web store now. Me and Carrie came up with this idea, and It is available on the web store. Let me see if we can get the link up for you. Let's see. It's kind of cute, actually. Yeah, let's go to my web store. So, web store link. Click on that. Pull up the link in here for you guys. Show you this. Okay, there we go. And this is, you might not be able to see so much in the mug, but you can see it in the shirt. Okay, so let me share out the screen here. My store. So it's the item on the top here. And so we'll put this on here. So this is our web store. And you see the new featured item on the top is this one. I'm going to pull it on the t-shirt since that was the easiest one. Oh, I'll pull this one here. Okay. The Virgo way. It says, I, what can I say? It is the Virgo way, always thinking every day. I came up with this on the spur of the moment yesterday. And I thought it was kind of cute. It's not exactly, of course, what Carmen Moreno was singing, of course, but kind of around the same theme as hers. Had a ton of cargo on it. Yeah, they are designed that way. They are. They don't even really have a hold. Their cargo containers sit really low in the ship, and it goes really high up there. And I wonder if some of the stuff you bought was on that ship. Oh God. Let's just hope not, because I think it's the stuff I bought. It was supposed to go into the port of New Jersey. Yeah. Well, anyway, so that's that. That's the shirt. That's the stuff. And the price is not bad. I'm basically only making $1 interest on income on that. I kept it cheap for everybody. The coffee cup I also made cheap too, so you guys can get both. Coffee cup for $11.99. Carrie, did you see the final product I finally made based on what we were joking about yesterday? There's your t-shirt. The Virgo Way crew neck t-shirt. Let's see what Carrie thinks of the shirt. How about Carrie? What do you think of the shirt? Yeah, absolutely. And I made it as cheap as possible so that you guys could buy one. And I would love to have people come check out the store. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be nice to see more people buy some stuff. I'll pay, help towards different projects too. Well, we'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Let's get the panel link on the screen for everybody. I. Let's see. That is the Virgo way. Always thinking every day. Well, I mean, wonder who came up with that song anyway? What, South American Way? I don't know. That's a great question. Okay, I got ready to come up and handle this Noodles. Good morning, Noodles. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, Michelle. I got a question for you. Are you selling any of this stuff? I mean, is this stuff like been selling?
Well, I just put the Virgo one up yesterday, so yes, it's for sale.
No, I understand that, but are you actually selling any of it?
Yeah, and I did sell one thing. I think I sold a coffee cup some time ago.
Maybe we can like redesign some coffee cups for you. It seems like people want to buy these coffee cups. Have you sold any shirts?
Not yet, but I think the Virgo Way one might make a good hat. I think it would be. Also, maybe you could set the background color to transparent, so it'll be in the same color. Background being the same color as the fabric. I'm gonna work on that. Yeah, that'd be cool. I was kind of in a hurry to make that, so I didn't really make it twice, not in any other color but white. But if I redesign it, I will make it so that it's transparent, so that the logo will work with other things. One thing, never mind.
I mean, you want to sell more products, right? Like that's the goal.
What's that?
Like you want to sell more products, right? That's the
Yeah,
goal. Right? So
I think I hate to get rid of the rusty dinner mat, but no one's been buying that. No one's really interested in rusty dinner mat, and I might keep a couple of Silver Moon products, but not much more than maybe the cup and the shirt. Um, because no one really seems to be interested in that either. So I may have to simplify things. Red's saying she's not selling merch at all. One thing, never mind, Carrie Bean was hoping it would be something other than Texas. I went late before the red invasion starts. Well, sometimes I think that the renovation is going to spread like the red algae. It's just going to spread real quick across the country. The red splinter cells have been in here for a while now. So, so anyway, what are you doing right now, Noodles? Oh, you went off, came back on, now it was in the back door again. Jesus Christ! Why can't you give him a key? I don't have a key. Go ahead, Noodles. He left again. Um. All right. Go ahead, Noodles.
yeah, it's weird. I keep getting kicked off this thing, Michelle. Ever since we started doing the restream stuff, it just kicks you off. Is it on your
Uh,
end or mine?
I don't know why it's not on my end because it's actually the restream server that actually handles the actual calls.
Well, all I was saying was like, what if you do something for like a month, it doesn't sell, and you just change it up and try something new instead of having the same old up there. I mean, it's not selling, so
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking about clearing a few things out because um
I think people are kind of like bored with the tech stuff. Like nobody, maybe a picture of you, Michelle, on a shirt might be cool. I don't know.
well, a hat. I think the hat with the Virgo way might work pretty good.
Yeah, no one
Uh,
gets that. It doesn't make any sense.
what do you mean it doesn't make any sense? I think it makes a lot of sense. Um, but I mean there are things there that just don't sell. He left again. Oh, everybody wanted me to use something like StreamYards, and since this is already paid for, I didn't have to. Stan says Saturday, May 18th, mark your calendars, to Newburgh, New York, to meet Noodles and S. Success Warrior at the G and G Village. Uh, oh, Gun and Military Memorabilia Show. How you doing, Parasolo? Welcome to the Lumi side of the thing. So we also Michelle has been a real generous. That she's been willing to share my stream out with me, even though she doesn't make any money and she doesn't get any kind of subscribers on my channel when they come to mine. But she was nice enough to agree to help me grow my channel a little bit too. So I give Michelle a thank you for that, even though she doesn't benefit from it at all. Even that, the Chill ain't got no. Yeah, it does. Of course, it makes sense to brothers. Isn't that what we always do? Thinking about stuff. Sometimes our brains don't necessarily stop, but we're also quietly always criticizing ourselves in the background too. Always going, am I good enough? Am I doing the best thing? So yeah, we're always focused on helping everybody else. Sometimes to the fault of actually not ignoring our own needs. Noodles, I would check that. I know we haven't had problems like this before, but remember, Red will probably tell you the same thing. There's a lot of cyber creeps out there that are trying to knock off the infrastructure. So I wonder if that could be part of it. Yeah. Who knows what's going on? I got plenty of good bits per second coming down off the cell phone tower, so that's not a problem. Kick was having problems a couple days ago too. On Saturday night or Sunday night when I was doing Silver Moon Radio, I couldn't even consistently talk to anybody. Half of my conversations would go out there into the ether, but never would be seen. And but the show was fine. There was no drop streams until Tuesday night when we started talking about after show about the Palladians, and then we had a drop stream right there, but then we quickly recovered from it. And I thought that was kind of interesting. Well, it's just weird. Like I said, we've depended on this internet thing, and so basically how it works is just like Google Meets. When you actually going onto a panel, what happens is the link that you give or you're given is associated with something at the server. It's not like you're going straight to my computer. And then the server has to deal with provisioning and getting the information from point A to point B. Could we do a panel on here for Noodles so he could at least talk to you on Hangouts? Yeah. What's the latest stream key over there? I don't know. I don't know. I know what the latest stream key is for Hangouts. Does anyone remember? Because I can put Google Meets over here in another window. Except the only thing I remember is Google Meets doesn't seem to like to play fair with. No, it would be fine because just not if you go one person on this one and then person Google Meets and they want to talk to Noodles, then Noodles wouldn't be able to talk to anybody. Okay, so what I would do is go to the women's group, see if you can get the Google Meets link, and then just go through and put that up as another window. Maybe it's something like Ruby said. Maybe Studio Restream IO is messing up. It did fine on the video though. Yeah. So let's see if I can find panel link here, and it depends. Okay, let's see. Restream. All right, the only link I see still in here is IDN. Copy link. And we're gonna open it up in the other software so we don't have any problems sharing stream audio with other people. So we're gonna open up the link. It's called IDN Google Hangouts for Noodles and others who are having problems. Where's my cursor? Right there. All right. Well, paste. Enter. Okay, IDN, you say. I had a set for WeWoo last night, but unfortunately JMac wasn't feeling it. And so he wasn't able to join us. And let's see. Perfect. All right, so what are we going to do? Slide this over here? Yeah. Let's slide this over to the Dell monitor. There we go. So now if anyone wants to use IDN is open as well. IDN, that's in the women's group. You lost your network connection trying to reconnect. Wow, that's weird. Wow. What? You think some bad people are trying to destroy your infrastructure in the United States? Yeah, it could be. Does anybody know the answer to that? Red? Connect links above. Starting at 5:30. Okay. So I have to keep an eye on two different stream links. And this is kind of stupid. What is? Keeping an eye on two different links at the same time. Do you think he's gonna come up on this one? Or do you think he's gonna come back up on that one? I have no idea. So we have Google Meet and we have the Studio Restream I open, so Noodles can try to come on either one. On the Studio Restream IO, it's the panel link, which is above, and for the other link, it ends in IDN. Don't worry about it. If somebody wants Carrie, no, Carrie can come on my panel. Anybody can come on my panel, guys. Right. Well, Mojo, the link we're using right now is IDN. Go back to your Twitter and look for the link that's called IDN. That's what the last three letters are. If you want to try getting on the Google Meets, like IDN. We'll see if we can try to get people on here today. IDN. Yeah. Well, that would make sense too. All right, let's just go ahead and close Google Meets because I can't really close the other one because if I do that, that's going to shut down the entire panel and shut down the show. All right, so I just closed Google Meets. It's kind of sad that it's it's not. I checked everything alone. It's got plenty of bits. Okay, someone wants to come up on panel. Hold on a minute, please. It's not gonna get all the way over on the screen here. On it. Oh my god. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Noodles, are you there now?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I don't know if it's my internet cutting out when I try to get up here or what, but
How many
it's
bars do you get on your phone? How many bars does it show you?
it's saying I have 5G full bars. You know what, I had it set to Wi-Fi and maybe it was trying to grab Wi-Fi from somewhere as I was driving, but we'll see what happens. I have a feeling it's going to kick me off again. But
All right, but
so yeah, no, I was just trying to say before about about the merchandise, Michelle. If something's really not selling, just switch it up, try something else.
Yeah.
And Michelle, maybe something with a picture of you on it. Or do you not want to put a picture of you on a shirt or a hat?
Finish your skin in your little portrait. I could certainly do that.
Okay. Well, what about if someone created they got a photo of you and created something and put it on a shirt?
Well, I think, would you mind if I use your picture as part of one of the t-shirt logos? Your painting. Or whatever it is. Illustration. Oh, I left again. Maybe I will. I don't know. I don't know why he's having problems like this. I think tomorrow we should go back to the old school way. Unfortunately, that means I have to get Carrie a link, and I have to get everybody else a link. Thanks, Carrie. So if you're still in my Discord, I'll have to give you a link. Oh, but tomorrow we're not going to be live because we might be live, but I'll be with Krista tomorrow to get some food for the house. But maybe we can do a quick early morning show at McDonald's. Well, first we're going to start for coffee. And then we're going to just quickly get the stuff we need. Now, she only one got her groceries done. But we're going out tomorrow. Well, right now, the problem is that Red is Brian K was working on something too, and then he stopped working on it also. Yeah, Stan City was nice enough to give me and Krista both, for each person, $50. Krista and I are going to be sharing dinner for Easter Sunday, and then so tomorrow I gotta go get some coffee, some more milk. Maybe I'll get some dessert for the house for Krista and me to All right, Red. Look, I'm not mad at you, but I'm just saying is that some of the stuff that you keep bringing up is very upsetting. And nobody wants to deal with things they cannot control right now. And I think that's important to keep in mind. That people are trying to hold together. The world is a mess, and we need to keep working towards trying to establish peace and try to keep our head above water and try to see our way through these dark times. Or we're going to end up being like the ship that ran into the Baltimore Bridge Pier. Once you lose power, that's it. You're just drifting in the ocean. How many more bridges are you going to knock over in the process? That's why you got to try to be a steady captain at the wheel of your life and try to keep things straight and narrow. Yeah, I know. Until I heard that. That would be a traditional wife, honestly. That was the way I was raised. I don't mind being that. I think with my disabilities, it makes more sense. Although it's a traditional wife, I may not be that great either. You did the best you can. No one holds it against you. That's true. But being is taken care of. The one woman that was featured by Fox News, she doesn't have any children. It's just her and her husband. Her husband is an engineering manager, so her husband brings home enough money for the two of them. 1970s, not only was the issue of equality that women started to leave the home and go into the workplace, it was because things started getting expensive. So ERA and all that, which is fine, but the truth was when there's no money in the till and the landlord's banging on the door running rent and you have nothing to give, well, you're going to have to find a way to pay the rent, right? Especially if your husband's finding his job is cut, his wages are cut, and he's not bringing home enough money to support the two of you. If it's a situation that works out fine for you and you can bring home, he brings home a steady income, he gets something out of it too. One, he gets a nice warm meal. He's got a nice warm breakfast, bag lunch, nice dinner when he comes in the door, freshly cleaned and ironed laundry. That's a pretty good deal for the guy. Well, what does the girl get? I never really talked about that. What does she get? I'm going to make an educated guess and say what she gets out of it is she gets knowing that her routine every day, what things she has to do every day. Now, remember, the one featured woman on the Fox News article didn't have any children. So if you add the children into that only adds to another letter C of complexity. Now you're taking care of the kids and taking care of the house. Cooking, cleaning, maybe a little bit of side hustle there. Like in her case, she was a seamstress, so she was sewing stuff, making dresses and stuff, and selling them online. And that adds to the level of complexity when you start adding, as I said, the kids. And if you are in a situation you can raise the kids and do all that, more power to you. In fact, I think a lot of people wish that they had that flexibility. Really. Well, make your cake with the ingredients. Well, we gotta get some ingredients tomorrow, obviously. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Saturday, Krista and I can bake the cake, or the cupcakes for Easter dinner. We'll have to see what happens. So, let's see. Stan. Let's see. Okay, I got some noodles. Who's gonna try again?
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why Michelle keeps kicking me.
I don't know. I'm not kicking you. I'm
Yeah,
not. Mo-
I know you're not, but for some strange reason, it's kicking me off. But I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I can't, I can't control this. I don't know why. Maybe it's a permissions thing. I don't know. I don't know why it would allow me to come up and then just kick me off. Has
I,
anyone else come up?
no one else came up yet. No, so no one else is here right now.
Hmm.
Oh, you're still on here, so guess you got a few minutes reprieve. Whatever's going on.
Because it's weird. Because like you kind of like look choppy. Like you're not choppy, but you kind of look like you're moving quick and then slow and then quick.
Okay, so that means that you are having some internet compression problems because we're streaming at a pretty high data rate right now.
So my internet just can't keep up with you. I mean, I got 5G.
Oh, it's Restream.io. I don't know if I can change it. The lowest resolution they offer is 720p. I can't go to 640 by 360. It doesn't seem to be as efficient as OBS is with streaming. Um, so there's not much more I can do. Somebody else wants to come on panel. Hold on a minute, please.
Jojo said it happened to her 3 times.
Well, no, this is Carrie. It wants to come on panel now. Let's get over the cursor there. Good morning, Carrie. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing all right. Yeah, I don't know what. I think Studio Restream.io has got problems in its own server setup and handling all the data rate.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. It wasn't doing this last month.
No, I know. Maybe the Chinese crackers are causing all problems right now with the infrastructure.
Chinese crackers.
Yeah, the Chinese bad guys are trying to knock over the American infrastructure. See, now you're still here, Carrie, but Noodles left again.
Noodles is lying. He's not getting kicked off. He's leaving on purpose because he's trying to troll the show. He wants attention all for himself.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just kidding, Michelle. I'm
Well,
just joking with him. Sorry, what?
anyway, I found some interesting videos in the past. That I got, like you saw the video I did yesterday. You'll see I have a lot more hard drives to go through.
I like your old videos, the clips you've been posting.
Yeah.
Did you
Actually,
animate?
Brian K was creating them, and I was uploading them.
Oh, okay. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah. And so right now, if you saw the video I did yesterday, which is not an old video, but I was showing how I was going through all the hard drives and how I'm going to be going through with the mechanical hard drive or the IDE hard drives this week when the adapter comes. And
Reviewing it for clips for Brian K.
well, no, not just that, but also to upload videos that may have been lost over the years, or maybe no one knows where they are in the playlists. So a little bit of everything. So would you like that slogan in a hat? I mean, I didn't think of making a hat, but would someone like that as a hat?
I don't really wear hats. I need to buy some t-shirts, so that's why that would work out. But it was just the text of what you said. I thought it might have some art on it or something.
Yeah.
Do you draw anything?
I can draw something, but I usually tend to use a lot of clip art more than not anything.
I would draw something to go with it. Then that way it's like,
Yeah.
even if you don't like it, you can edit it on the computer to how you like it, maybe.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I mean, a lot of people use clip art. You know,
Yeah, but then, okay, whatever you want to do.
I'll figure it out. I mean, I agree. I gotta make some changes on it. First of all, the white background's got to be made transparent, and the reason is that if I want to make a T-shirt in blue, you might want to have the text, well, maybe like a light pale blue, and you might want to have the text be on a pale blue background because right now it's white. That's why I mean it's a white T-shirt because otherwise it's gonna look kind of weird having a white square with a text on top of a blue T-shirt. So um, it's definitely a work in progress. So maybe afterwards I might update that, work on the logo a bit, and work on the statement. Maybe find some nice artwork. What would you think would be appropriate for a Virgo anyway? I'm trying to think. I mean, there's, I mean, maybe a background like a beach scene.
I don't know if Virgos enjoy beaches. Maybe more like a library or coffee shop.
Coffee library. Well, that would be kind of related to always thinking, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
always asking questions.
maybe like a bookshelf behind the signage.
Yeah, with a typewriter or something.
Yeah, typewriter, which is because Virgo is also known as the Mercury side of communications, along with Gemini.
Noodles is trying to pretend that he got kicked off and he's asking Mojo if she did as well. But Mojo's telling you the truth, Noodles. You're just leaving the panel randomly. So don't try to bring Mojo into your fake story.
Yes, I gotta get oil and cake. I mean, oil and eggs, Mojo. I know. Maybe Krista can give me a hand. She's got the pans at the house. I don't even know if I have very many pans. I got one, but I use it to cook my hamburger patties in, which I do wash it obviously, but still.
Why does she have your dishes?
Huh?
Why did she have your dishes?
Oh, she does not have my dishes. But she has some things that I can use to cook with because I don't know where my springform ham is or where my other stuff is. So
What do
I
you mean you don't know where it is? You were missing dishes? They probably fell through the floor.
well, when a lot of things started disappearing when Ed was here.
Was he using it and taking off with it somewhere? Like cooking and dashing?
The meat is a paid thing. It's part of the office suite. Um,
Yes, Noodles. JoJo said she was kicked 3 times. Don't try to make her story your story. You're just leaving the panel randomly because you're afraid of me. Mojo is a strong woman. She did not leave voluntarily.
yeah. Oh, by the way, I found an original video that Noodles did that said, "Stop trying to sabotage Michelle's show." In my hard drive. Maybe I should upload that just to remind him of what he said back then. Um,
Yes, that's a good idea, Michelle.
yeah, I've had quite a few interesting ones in the past.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the problem is,
That's
most
awful, Devicles.
of the stuff I have is these videos, not the live streams, because a
The
lot of
chat.
I didn't record the live streams locally. So, however, I did do originally. I used Google Takeout to get some of the older shows, which are in tape cartridges. But I got to get a SCSI cable and Terminator so I can plug that into the computer and I can then extract all those files. I thought you had a working tape drive on that computer. I did.
A working tape drive?
Tape drive. It puts tape cartridges in it. Yeah.
That's how you recorded your streams?
No, that's how I backed them up, actually. I backed them up on the Linux on two 40 gigabyte tape cartridges.
Wow.
I can still go back to takeout, but the problem is that now it will take it will take me weeks to download a couple terabytes of stuff.
Well, I hope somebody archives all your material because you've produced a lot of it. You need like a Library of Congress or something to organize it all. Like your version of it, like somebody that can, like an archive historian person who.
Yeah, well, right now I'm still going through all this stuff on my own right now. That's what next thing is going to do is deal with the 40 gigabyte IDE hard drives next. Go through those and see what we got, and then figure it out from there.
Okay.
I might have an 8-inch panel. I'll have to go look. We got chocolate cookie mix that usually requires just 2 eggs, or usually a little bit of butter or something. I have to check.
They're asking if you have a cake tin or cake mold pan. And
Yeah.
Stan's asking, are you going to stay home, clean the flat, and prepare a warm dinner for your man if you settle down with someone?
Well, we're gonna, yeah. If I settle down with somebody, um, pretty much I would be the housewife. Yeah, taking care of most of the house. But I don't know. It depends on how much money the person is going to be able to support the house, because once I get married, I will no longer be a disabled adult child, which means that my check would be sliced like ribbons. Down
I
to
don't know if that's true, Michelle. You should still get disability.
oh, I
Even
still
if
get
you're
my
living with someone, the
disability.
only thing it might affect would maybe be like food stamps or something.
I would still get my disability, which is like $600 a month. But it's not really a lot to work with,
No,
and
it's not. But if you have a husband that's making all the money you need, then you don't really have to worry about it.
yeah, if
Would you think about that's so sweet, Stan? Would you think about staying home and being a wife to Andrew?
well, I don't mind. I mean, yeah, if it's like Andrew, for example, I know Andrew's struggling, but financially, but I think he would benefit if he had the right person in his life to kind of keep him on his toes.
Yeah. You verbally harass him when he gets off work. Make sure he stays
Yeah.
spry.
And then, of course, when he gets home from work, he'd have a dinner in the oven at least. You know, never mind all the happy housewives come from the Flintstones, but the whole idea is the happy hubby is the one that's going to basically give something back to the family in exchange. I mean, she takes care of the house. He provides for her too by making sure she has the food that she needs to cook him his dinner. And I mean, I know that sounds like, wait a minute, are you an indentured servant kind of thing? Is that really what a housewife is? No, it's a mutual agreement between the two parties. It's not quite the same thing as indentured servitude. Although it may seem like that to non-traditionalists looking in, but I think if it works out for you and your husband or you and your wife, and let's be honest, there might be non-traditional housewives or house husbands now, like Mr. Mom, where his wife went back to work and he was the one who was living at home, taking care of the kids. But
That's rare. That's rare that a man wants to take care of kids, even his own. It's rare that they're going to be comfortable staying at home and have no ambition for themselves. It's rare that they're willing to take a pay decrease like that. But if a man does put his kids first, then I think that's awesome.
yeah, well,
But I would.
it's rare.
It
So
is.
I don't think most men are ready to take on the responsibility of taking care of the kids while the wife works.
Well, some of them just have too big of an ego. They think that they're not being useful if they stay at home. They'll even say that to other women that have been stay-at-home moms.
How you doing, Miss Study Solo? Welcome to the show today. Uh,
Bananas.
I think go an occasional, right. I don't know about that, but I know that Andrew tries really hard to be a good employee in the hospitality industry. He tries to,
He works in hospitality. He's one of the biggest
you know,
jerks on here.
but he
Who
works
is he hospitable to? I don't know about that. I don't want to talk about him, but
he works in the hotel industry. Hospitality is the hotel industry.
as like a gigolo, I don't think he welcomes people.
Oh no, he works at a hotel.
Yeah, I bet he does.
I know. Still, I mean,
Is that what he's calling it? The
he would love if he
hospitality
came
industry?
home and there was a nice hot warm meal on the table for him, especially if I don't know. He
He's
works
running a nice warm bath, is what he's running. I don't think he's. I don't think he's cooking for
a
anybody.
nice warm bed. Maybe he wants that too, right? You know,
He's, yeah, he'll
especially
keep your bed warm for you.
nights. He's probably saying, "Oh, Darren and cold. Oh, well, this warm body sleeping next to me tonight." Besides the cat. Deb said it would be a house
He's
husband.
weak.
I am high maintenance, so she better bring on that paper. I'm sure she would. The reality is to be a housewife or a house husband, and only one person working in the household. Those jobs are unfortunately going to become slim and none, unfortunately. So it kind of makes you kind of suck because some people would love to go back to those times, but until the reality kicks you in the seat of the pants and you realize you can't afford it.
I think a lot of people, if they give up their ambition for more money and tangible items, and they realize that the most important thing is time with their kids and making sure they're raised right, then I think more people would go to a one income household. But a lot of our society has been pressured from birth to believe they have to have a certain way of living or a certain lifestyle. And you
Well,
have to have two incomes to get that life. Well, so you do have to give up something to just have a one income household. But the payoff in the future for the generations you raise, I think, are worth it. That's just my opinion.
yeah, let's take a look at the situation. What's going on now? When even back in the 1960s, with TV shows like Believe It or Beef and Bewitched, those
Red,
those are not poor people. Those
Red
houses,
is teaching your child find your address.
in essence, the producers are saying is, oh, you need to have this kind of nice house and a nice wife and nice car. And of course, the credit card companies and the banks are licking their chops, saying we can make some nice interest.
Right.
And
Yeah. They made it seem like it was attainable, but the American dream is not as attainable anymore. As
it's
you probably know, you're still renting in your 50s, right?
remember when the GI came back from the World War II, the baby boomer era, there was absolutely like this um prosperity in this country where we're booming economically, we're making a lot of product, and pay was good, expenses were low, and so people could afford to enjoy some of that stuff. And then things changed, right? Then we started sending things to overseas to foreign countries, and we started getting foreign imports into the United States, like Japanese TVs, radios, things like that. American companies like General Electric, RCA, Emerson, Packard Bell. Yes, they used to make more than computers. They, along with a few other companies, started to see less demand for the product because everybody's saying was, "Oh, the Japanese make a better and make a nicer radio that's nice and small and portable and cheaper," and so therefore they were selling more foreign imports of products than American made products. And so that was the beginning of the end of the American creation of consumable products. And that's still true to this day. Um, Dottie, I know how to say, email her and she'll give it to you. What would you, do you have her home address? You might, yeah, you want my address? It's, um, just email me, I'll send it to you. I came in here to chat and it kicked me. Oh, yeah, you were here and then you disappeared. But unlike Noodles, you were on a lot longer than he was. So I wonder. Yeah, what is LTR? Good man. Right. Tomorrow, I mean, on Monday, I think we'll use Google Meets again because, I mean, if this thing is not going to be consistent and I don't know why this software, because it's using a server and also you upload videos to servers like the Noodles found out about cattails. It doesn't work either. No, it doesn't. For some reason. I mean, I have a few videos on here to show him talking about don't don't bother playing. I think we've already seen them once before. Studio Restream IO needs to seriously fix his latency issues with his software. Yeah, I gotta remember switching to Windows. Right, that's because the way Android works. So another case is Carrie was she changed Windows to chat over here. That's why I kicked her. Um, so tomorrow will be a 3 o'clock show, and so tomorrow I think we'll use OBS like we used to do the stream because it seemed to be a little more reliable. You're still going to share the link out to Ultra Channel, so we do. Yeah, we do that. All right, I can check my email right now. Let's see. Right now I don't see any email at this point. Oh wait, one just came in. Okay, I see one from Dottie here. Okay, I will type in my address. Oh, I can type it right now. It's no big deal. Most everybody knows my address anyway. Then I'll just type it in here. I'm just typing it in right now. It's number 12. Nine. Wednesday. Okay. Now 8, not 7. Okay, let's make sure I got it right. Yep, that looks fine. Okay. I just sent it to you. Okay. Um Okay, well, I just sent you the address. Actually, I just sent it to Dottie. She has it now. As far as the show, actually, you know what, Michelle? Why don't you play some of that? How long is that? I don't have the computer. I don't have the hard drive on right now. I turned it off for the day. Oh, but I'll tell you what. Let me see how long it is, and then maybe I'll just re-upload it so we can see it. It was actually from Noodle Show, and thanks, Michelle. Gonna send you out some cake pans. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I don't even know if I have any muffin tins either. Got the paper cups for them, but hey, Mac, how you doing? You weren't live yesterday. I was looking for you, and you weren't there. So by 5:15, I asked around, and they said you weren't doing a show because you weren't feeling well. Yeah. Well, you know what's funny? We used to have all of our addresses at the end of all of our live video or all of our videos. Most people may have forgotten that. The study said, "Don't worry about it, Michelle. Let you skip my package." Okay, well, I gotta go get eggs and oil tomorrow anyway, and more milk, and or instant coffee. I know. I gotta get more instant coffee, and so let's see what we can do. As far as vertical video syndrome, I'm still not too confident. However, to help others with Studio Restream IO, I have done is I took some snapshots on my phone of the screen layout of Restream IO. Now, I'm going to assume that the audience's view is similar as the host's view. Nah, that's not fun to get that. No, 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 no. Yeah, that sucks, man. Yes, I got the cake mixes. They're in the Poundland bag right next to my bookshelf. Um, but obviously she didn't send me oil and eggs. I gotta go get those. All right, I think someone's ready to come on panel here. Hold on a minute, please. I see Sony now. I did hear so. Come on back on now. You want to hear now? Because I'm ready to take care of answering the darn phone when it comes up. Well, someone doesn't want to come back and sit a spell. Well, I'll figure out what's going on. So tomorrow, I think we'll do the afternoon show using Google Meets and other software. But even that was getting kind of crunchy. Makes any sense? Um, Sent you the cake mix. Well, you know, the funny thing is that how long have you been doing Wee Woo Wednesday? I guess I might as well ask that question since probably people probably would like to know the question. Answer to the question: how long have you been doing Wee Woo Wednesdays? You comment any subject, come on chat. Um, no, milk and eggs are a problem, Carrie. I get milk though. Go ahead. How you doing, Carrie?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Okay, so you went to a different window, and I guess the software's kicked you out of it, huh?
Mm. Yeah, it kicked me out after a few seconds.
Yeah, I know. It's done it for me too when I go on people's panel with the software. So, especially
Yeah,
on Android, it doesn't seem to be very tolerant about when you go to another window.
right. But I saw that the lady was offering to send you a dish so you could cook, and then Stan was saying that he raised his kids, and I thought that was sweet. So I wanted to comment but not interrupt you, but then it
Yeah.
kicked me, which interrupted the show anyway. So I'm sorry.
I think tomorrow we're going our afternoon 3 o'clock, so we're going to use Google Meets again because I wonder, just in case that is where the problem is. I mean, it's been studied for every other thing, uh, the software we use, but the problem is that the software doesn't do 640 by 360 because I looked into it. Um, yeah, gift good Snapchat. That's why I need to go there. And don't even talk about Peapod. First of all, Peapod is a pile of crap. Yeah. And every time I try to order through Instacart to the local Stop and Shop, there is nothing but problems saying that the store is no longer doing Instacart. And so, then I wonder if there was a clerical error on their part. Because you would think in that case, if they're saying that the Winston one doesn't do Instacart, you would go to the Torrington one instead. But nope. Um, Stopping by to say hi, said Nerd Pop. Good morning to you. How are you doing today? Um, so J Max here, yes. Um, so what do you personally think of this software when you're watching this program? Do you like this software? Do you think it's Carrie?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't have any knowledge of software, so I don't know.
All right.
Do you mean the restream part?
Yeah, I'm talking about the software that you're logging in with, the Studio Restream IO.
It's easy to log in with it.
Yeah,
Yeah. I just have to stay in this window, which is fine.
yeah.
It may be that Noodles got a text or a call or something and it interrupted the connection or
She
something.
said new LP heading your way. Miles Davis and John Coltrane, the final tour, Copenhagen, March 1960. Okay,
That's very cool.
thank you, Stan. I appreciate that. And I still have plans to get some more records by Kate Helen Sessions and some more. That's what I call music albums. Looking for ones like they got country music, they got gay pride, they got a couple different compilations I want to get. Um, so we'll see what happens with that. But thank you for the records, though, Stan. I do appreciate that. I was even when your Beach Boys. I know it's in here somewhere. I know I put it on the shelf, but every now and then the records kind of get moved between shelf and shelf, so I have to go back and look for it.
Why do you have a Christmas tree behind you again?
I have the Christmas tree behind me because that's the giving tree. That's the giving tree. Everybody who donates gets a piece of paper on the tree, and lately. I've seen very many donations this month, and so that's why the tree's behind me. Besides that, what's the other thing to look at? Let's look at it. I don't know if that's any better. Looking at the Street View Winstead there in real time.
No, the street's fine, but I like the tree. I love Christmas trees.
Okay. Like
I couldn't remember why it was up. I think it's pretty. I really like the vase of flowers behind it too.
yeah. Yeah, the vase of flowers I got someone donated to me a couple years ago.
Do you have like a ficus tree or something? You could put the giving things on it.
Yeah, those little piece of paper, all the people who have donated to the channel.
No, I mean, could you get a ficus tree or something that's more like spring or summertime and use the giving pieces of paper on that instead?
I don't know if I'm going to have room for getting another tree on top. I only have so much space.
Oh,
Right
you don't take the Christmas tree
now,
down and put it away?
until we get room in the store's been organized, unless I want to cram it back in the little box it was in, which is going to probably result in it getting trash. um, it's got those little lights on it too, which I added myself. They're running on a 5-volt power supply.
Really? They're so cute.
Yeah.
They're sparkling right now.
I described the lights originally in the past. They run by USB port. So they're plugged into a USB power supply now on the bottom of the tree through a hub.
Yeah, I was just thinking it's nice for Christmas, but if you got like a little ficus tree that stands up tall in the corner, it won't take up a lot of space. You know, it's just maybe a foot across at the bottom for the pot, and then you could pin those on there and maybe put some little flowers on it too.
Well, the reason why I like the synthetic trees, I got a black thumb, so unfortunately I kill them all the time. So
Well, the ficus tree is usually a fake tree. Not a lot of people don't get them alive. They get them.
right,
It's like a silk tree or something, you know.
yeah. Well, that was a nice tree that Gemini Gem suggested, and I do have on one of my wish lists, but I don't think anyone's gonna really ever give me that. And unfortunately, the power adapter doesn't run on 5 volts. It requires mains voltage. So, this tree, the way it's wired now, can run off a power bank. So we ever lose electricity for a couple days, I could just power my tree off my power bank. It also gives
Okay.
pretty good night light at night times when I go in and out of the bathroom. The house isn't pitch black.
Okay.
So that's kind of reasons why I kept it up there. So there's a couple of reasons why. Um, that tree was a gift from Gemini, right?
What's a gift? I
Okay.
can't see the chat. Sorry, if I leave the window, it'll
All right,
disconnect
Miss
me.
So thank you very much. I'll take a look at that. So many names to use for that tree.
Can I see the chat again?
Okay. Who wants to try chatting again?
No, I'm saying, can you show the chat on the screen again? Like, can you show it back where it shows you in the chat?
Absolutely. There we go.
Because I can't. Thank you. I can't see it.
I know it's kind of small. Well, maybe I can make it bigger. Sure, I can make it bigger.
Hi, Tiger.
Let's do.
Yeah, I love the tree too, Tiger. But I was just thinking, you know, it's winter. It's a winter tree, and now that spring is coming, it might be good to put up a spring tree. And
Yeah.
she could still move those notes to it.
Well, after the 31st, those notes come down anyway, and then we get new ones for April. Yeah, is that better for you?
Yes, Tiger. I just was not having anything to look at because I can't chat, so I'm just focusing on her background. Sorry, I have ADD.
Yeah.
Oh, Miss Dottie Solo is married to Paris Solo. How neat.
So I appreciate that very much.
It's a winter spring tree.
Yeah. But when summer comes, obviously, it's been pretty cool outside anyway. In some areas, it's still actually snowing. kind of interesting when you think about it. Just like the slogan said.
Oh, that's right. You're in the north. Here it's been in the 80s since February.
Vast lands may seem dismal, but this is a place of many secrets.
I like that one.
What was that?
I'll play it again.
Hello. What brings you to winter spring? These cold and vast lands may seem dismal, but this is a place of many secrets.
I came from World of Warcraft.
Oh, okay.
Now I think that was that easy to see a chat there on the screen now.
Hi, human body.
Yeah, human body. So obviously you can see what people are saying now.
Thank you. You can show your face.
Okay, hold on.
I didn't mean to get distracted by the tree. I'm sorry.
Let's get her on screen. Wait, so I thought someone else was here. Sorry, false alarm.
My doctor's not going to give me ADD medicine unless I go to a psychiatrist for it, and I don't care about it, so I just get distracted.
No, I'll tell you, it's not on panel right now. That was actually from World of Warcraft game. That was one of the voice actors that said that. I watched a video of yours yesterday, Michelle. You should sell all those hard drives. Well, sure, I can sell them all. But how many people really want them? Well, I think the 40 gigabyte ones might be more of a thing for older computers. They're not that old enough, though, for computers that only BIOS only can handle but 1,024 sectors or tracks. Even in virtual hard drive geometry. Oh, that's true. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, it has a muffin pan. That's fancy. You can make breakfast muffins.
Yeah. The English actress.
You can get little mixes like blueberry muffins and strawberry muffins. I used to make those for my kids before school.
Yeah.
They're real fast to make because they're already pre-mixed, you know?
Well, so what happens?
What happened?
All right. Thank you very much, Donnie Solo. Much appreciated. But tomorrow we got to go definitely get the eggs and oil and the milk and other things we need for the house, and instant coffee, and because so when I go down with Christelle, just take the stand that Stan gave me because it's small enough to fit into my purse, like he suggested, along on my iPhone. But I don't really personally still like this vertical streaming. But I had a fun playing around with it and seeing if I could come up with a compromise. And there is a way to do that, which is, remember I said earlier, if you could hold the phone, I gotta switch over the screen so you can see me. Hold on a minute. If I could switch over, oh, you still can't see you.
I can't see you at all. All I can see is the chat.
Right. So let me just turn this on so I can switch over to me. Or maybe I can do both. Now I can see the chat and me. Although it's kind of hard to see. I mean, there's an option in Restream IO that you can still hold the phone portrait and you can still do landscape.
Can you put it back like it was before where we could see you in the chat at the same time?
Right. Okay. So,
can you do that one and then delete the left side?
I know, this gets confusing. All right, so let's go back over here. Yeah. Can you shrink that screen any down? What do you mean? Like put like a thumbnail of you and your face in there somewhere? Maybe I can. Let me try Sun Carry. I never tried this with the software before, but I wonder if I can do something with this. Like, can I slide this over, put the second screen in like this?
Me too, Mojo.
And make this one smaller. No, I just can. What? What does that do? No
If
one.
it's not
Oh,
broke,
got
don't
it.
fix it. It was great before,
So
Michelle.
let's see
I
if I
just
make this bigger here. Nope, that's not gonna work. All right, I just tried an experiment. That's not gonna work. Okay. Anyway, so um,
that sounds good, Krista.
no keyboard is malfunctioning and sticking because of THC. What do you mean by that?
Red's been spilling stuff.
Yeah. So you saying your keyboard is high?
Yeah.
Who knows? So anyway, to make a long story short, is tomorrow I gotta get some supplies. Kristen and I are gonna have coffee first. But let me ask you a question. Which way do you like your live streams? Do you like them in portrait? Do you like them in landscape? Or is it like me? It depends on what you're trying to show.
I think so. It depends on the view that you want. I don't like the new stream where they've taken away the chat and put it on the screen so you only see 2 comments at a time.
Yeah.
But Stan is saying to for sure use the horizontal thing tomorrow when you're shopping. I'm guessing. I don't know. Why is that, Stan?
I'm gonna be using it in the store because I mean my phone could still go smash. It's gonna hold the phone steady when it's stationary, but it's not gonna do garbage when the phone is bouncing around. Unless you put a hair elastic or something around the phone so the phone doesn't fall out and go smash. Yeah, I'm. If you're gonna have your phone risky, your phone going to smash, you might as well use your Android phone.
That's what I was thinking, Mojo. I was thinking vertical is easier if you're walking around. But
Right, but I don't do the shows while I'm walking around.
hey, Barbara. Oh, okay. You're just filming it or something.
Usually I sit down in one place and just do my video there.
Oh, well, then he's saying to turn it sideways when you do that one. I guess.
I mean, come on, let me show you what here's an idea.
I think the solution is you need a GoPro helmet, like bikers have, motorcyclists have. You need a GoPro helmet.
Here's where this technology does work. Okay, I don't have the stand right now, it's on my back. Let's say I had it like this. And you had a hair elastic on it so it doesn't fall out of your holder. Why don't you make a clip like here so you can
We can't see anything. All we can see is the tree. Are you trying to show us something? Because you need to switch to the other camera.
there you go. Ah, wrong screen.
Okay.
Hold on a minute. So put the wrong button.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So
Oh, there you are.
what if you put a clip like this to hold it to your chest? It'll still slip off and go smash.
But what about taping it to your forehead?
They make cameras for that.
Yeah, like that.
It would make sense to go to the GoPro Hero or GoPro Hero camera because they have a helmet.
Yeah,
But the
that would be funny.
is the older ones don't do live. They just do video and SD cards. So again, videos and SD cards, not live shots. If you want live shots, you gotta go with the new GoPro Hero, which does 4K, 8K video. And then again, I still wouldn't really be easily for me to read the chat because it uses Wi-Fi. So, which means, how is you going to send the data out to the YouTube? We'll have to send it out.
If you're with Krista, could she read the chat and you cast the video from your phone?
Well, we've done
that way. You can read the chat on her phone.
We have done that. We have done that in the past. Stan said, "Why don't you use your tablet? Use your phone as the camera on the stand, and then use your tablet to read the chat," which we've done that too, and that works. Except it would be nice if it would leave the chat on the screen instead of disappearing like a Cheshire cat after a while. It's true. And Michelle is always going tap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The chat seems to be arguing about vertical versus horizontal, but
The one thing about vertical is the chat theoretically stays on the bottom of the screen longer. That's the one thing that's good about it. But that's about the only thing I can really think of. Or if you're interviewing a person, they have their phone in vertical, you can get 3 interviewers going at the same time on the same screen in OBS. You know,
Oh,
or if the
3 interviewers for one subject?
yeah.
Like 3 people asking one person? That's like an interrogation.
Yeah. So, like, somewhat similar to this. This is what I'm talking about here. I'm going to show you this on the screen here. So, let me get my cursor over there. Oh, so if I type in here and I click on this button here, you see how the system shows 2, right? Me and part of the chat, right? Well, if you had a third person, then it would be another person, and then one in the middle, and then the third, right?
Oh, okay. So 3 panel people.
Well, 3 people could get on the panel. Whereas this is what your landscape looks like.
I love that cloud picture in the background. That's very pretty.
That's one.
Off topic.
That's one that came with the software. I didn't.
What software? Restream?
So yeah, so if you're doing the panels like this and landscape, this kind of works because you still got me, and you still have the other person, and they're already in portrait anyway. So then the software doesn't have to crap off part of the frame. So that's where it does make sense. That as Glasgow Day demonstrated with his driving video, first he started out in portrait, and you only could see a small portrait amount, a patch of Glasgow. But then when he turns his phone 90 degrees, you get to see it in landscape. You get to see more of the whole picture of the service station and stuff like that, where he was getting petrol. So I think it's really kind of hard to say which is really the best way to go. You know.
Sorry, I'm back.
Are you on a hotspot or internet? I'm on my hotspot right now. Yeah.
Red said no longer a bonehead, but a phone head.
Well, I wouldn't want to be on my hotspot considering the fact that it's got the highest data rate. Come on. 4 megabits per second up versus 1.7? Why would you want to use the one on Windows 1.7? You're not going to get that much video out. Someday Winston's going to get fiber. Someday. Never comes. Just like the Clean Clearwater Revival says. Someday never comes. I've been waiting for fiber. Oh, these many years. But they do not even know. As I keep waiting.
Fiber goes so much faster.
And I said, someday you understand. Like I said, someday never comes. I think CCR would probably be a little bit pissed at me. But that's exactly what's going on. The fiber, they strung it up on the poles, but they haven't actually really fully deployed any of it yet.
They're still just thinking about it.
I thought the hotspot's only used when there's no Wi-Fi. Yeah, you can also select it as a hotspot, as a Wi-Fi connection as well. You can manually select it. I mean, for Frontier, I'm actually plugged into the router by a physical cable.
How long do you think Jimmy has to live?
Yeah.
How old is he?
How old is Jimmy? He's like 70.
Okay.
He's an old man.
Well, is he old and healthy or old and feeble?
He's not quite old and feeble yet, but his age is starting to catch up with him. You know, that's why he's realizing he needs to hire people that are licensed and bonded so he can get the proper things done here. The proper people. The PPP. The proper people. That'd be TPP. Right. The proper people. Well,
Red, you were there when Stan
plumber.
was visiting her and he was showing how the floor is sagging in the kitchen, right? So it seems like he's not putting in the work he needs to do to maintain his property.
Well, this building was in the 1955 flood where it has a dirt cellar. And so the center piling actually kind of sagged into the dirt a bit, about back in 1955. He didn't own the building then,
Tiger.
and nobody jacked it up. They could have jacked it up and leveled up the basement with concrete, but they didn't do that. So thus the building just kind of stayed that way. Fred
Yeah.
Richards' story saw buildings the same way as this one, in the kitchen, and that was concrete. So I mean, that was brick. So it was the same deal. This my floor in my kitchen had a ramp going down. So if you were a little kid, you want to put your little toy car on the top of the ramp at the kitchen, right by the kitchen door. Whee! It'll coast right down the hill. Coast right down the hill. By the time it hits the other side of the kitchen, it'll probably make it right to the other kitchen door.
That's not a good thing, Michelle.
No, it's not. But
The floor is not being level or any possible weakness in the structure, I think, is not good.
yeah, well, I mean, obviously the inspectors obviously seen these buildings since 1955, and no one really made a big deal about it. So
When's the last time it was inspected?
obviously, when Jimmy bought the place.
I know, but because it's a rental property, is he not forced to get it inspected every so often for the tenants'
Oh yeah.
safety? Right. So when was the last time somebody came through there
Well, he
to
has
inspect
a
it?
fire safety inspection with the fire department and smoke detectors every year. So I don't know.
No, I mean building.
Inspection. I don't know the
They
information.
don't have building inspectors that check the stuff you're saying, like the building is, the floor could cave in. Nobody cares about that there. I don't know what you mean.
I think they do know what I mean. I think they've seen this place when these apartments were empty when they first inspected the property when he bought it. It hasn't changed its angle since, because I've certainly been keeping an eye on it.
Oh, I see. You're saying it's the same problem. It's never gotten worse, though.
Never gotten worse. No.
Mhm.
It is a bit annoying.
That's what I'm thinking, Damocles. I'm wondering if Jimmy's bribing somebody to pass the inspection.
Nah, I don't think so.
Well, you would say that, Michelle. You are kind.
No, I don't really think he's trying to bribe anybody. Oh, I'm sure he's trying to find a way to save a buck or two.
Yeah, he does at your expense.
Yeah.
That's my opinion, but I'm not trying to make you talk bad about him. Like, I don't want anybody to take a clip of it and send it to him and get you in trouble or anything. It's just, I'm just worried about you is all. Red says he's going to get the building shut down after you move out.
Well, that's one thing. I'm glad he did decide to get rid of the gas stoves in the building, because I heard the old stoves that were here from the prior owner of the building. He's only the second owner of this property. The older stoves in the old building were crusty, rusty, kind of ovens you had to light with a match. I lived in a place with ovens you had to light with a match. I don't like them very much.
You have to light what with a match?
You had to light the oven with a match. So when you turn the oven on, you had to stick a match under the broiler to get the thing to fire off.
Oh, I have a stove like that. I've had a gas stove where it didn't have a pilot light, like you light it yourself.
You know, I mean, this thing doesn't have a pilot at all. It stays on the whole time. The stove. The only time it was anywhere in a standing pilot was once the oven reached the temperature you set it for. Then the pilot would stay on. But then when you turn off the oven, it turns off the pilot and the gas burner. And then when you turn the oven on again, all the gas goes straight to the main burner. So
Right.
people,
Yeah, you turn on the gas and then you light it.
so ideally, you should use one of those piezo igniter thingies and put it to the burner before you turn the gas on.
It's frightening, though.
That's tightening. It's frightening. I've seen people get. I mean, Elf made a joke about this, about when he was trying to light the oven for a turkey dinner and he ended up blowing himself and the turkey through a wall. Well, unfortunately, I've seen that happen in real life, and that's not exactly fun when the oven becomes a cannon.
Goodness. Wow.
So replacing all those old, crusty, rusty gas stoves with new ones did make sense, even if they were electric. Because
Okay.
the insurance company probably told them straight out and said, Jimmy, get rid of these damn fire hazards. They're not even in good shape anyway. And Jimmy said, yeah. I put in the electric stove instead because some departments already had hookups for the electric stove. So mine didn't. They added mine later on. Electric hookup for my stove, which is an external conduit that goes up to the plastic conduit that goes along the wall. It was put in by an electrician. So I don't know. That's some of the electrical wiring in this building is old too. I said to him, "Why? I'm surprised you didn't get an electrician on retainer. He really needs to get an electrician here. This building's BX cable's old cloth covered wire it's rotting away. It's like that's why I told Jimmy. I said, no more am I working on your wire. Every time I touch the stupid stuff, the insulation's breaking off. No, I'm not touching the wiring anymore. You can go.
That doesn't sound safe. That doesn't sound safe, but I'm not an expert.
You need to get an electrician in here. You got to get this wiring redone. Got to replace all the cables. You can keep the fuses. That's fine. It's the cables that are coming out of the consumer units that need to be replaced.
Craig Senior is in the chat if you want to say hi.
Hi, Greg. How you doing?
He said his wife is not doing very well. I'm sorry, Craig Senior.
Sorry about that. So,
do you want the people in the chat to call in a building inspection?
Discord. Craig, I still have the link to join your Discord. So if you are really you, and it's really your Discord, I will come back to it. Nobody knew if that was really you because, so he said that was really his Discord that we were in. That Tiger Kenny thought it was a fake one, so he told me to leave the Discord, and I did. It said, Tiger Kenny. Let's see, Moses. I think says Tiger Kenny. I started too, but I don't really have the extra time to follow. No, but it is open. Talking about the Discord, yeah. Oh, let's see if we can get back on there again. Yeah, he needs help because he's taking care of his elderly wife. He's an old man himself, and his wife has senile dementia, so she really is taking a lot of resources to take care of his wife at home. And never mind the emotional toll. It does toll what does on him too, because seeing his wife decline like that. Yeah. I have to head to work now, says Miss Dottie. Okay, thank you very much for your generosity. I appreciate it. Homo Sim said, welcome back to Discord, Craig. My email is cegfishing. Yeah, that's gmail.com. Yeah. All right, Craig, let me rejoin your Discord. When we didn't know if that was really you or not, I everybody wasn't sure if maybe you got someone to help you set it up or what. So we all left it and thinking it was one of those bad people. And let's see if I can find Craig here. There it is. So I'll just go back in your Discord. Oh, you need to send me another link, another invite, Craig. My link is now invalid. If you want to send me an invite, you need to send me another invite to your server. And having the steak, ham, steak, potatoes. Chris is just telling me what she's having for Easter. I told her this sounds good. Um, so we can get Craig on to me another invite. Okay, Michelle, thank you so much. And the screen only showing the chat. I know that's because Carrie was having a hard time reading it on her phone. So I decided to put it on the screen so she could read it. Then put me back on the screen so you can see me.
I can read it. I can read it like this.
Yeah.
This is fine.
Okay, but I take it. Just change the camera. Yeah, I know it gets boring just seeing the side chat, but we tried something for Carrie because she's using an Android phone to read the screen. This probably doesn't have a huge screen either, unless you're using a tablet or something.
The screen has moved over to the left. I can't see the whole screen now on the restream thing. I don't know if I moved it. Oh yeah, I moved it. Sorry.
Yeah. I'll try to read things that I think are important. Most seriously, Jimmy, court update. Jimmy is versus Stephanie Delasasio, eviction granted for Church Terrace apartment, New Canaan. No recent evictions in Winston. Okay, so in other words, the person in Canaan didn't pay the rent. And those apartments have oil heat too, and they cost a lot of money. Each tenant has to pay for their own heating oil. 6 Church Street, apartment 3. So she will be out of there shortly. YouTube homeless fam says, do you have any compromising phone for this? No, I don't. Tiger Kitty says, Craig Sr., none of us can see her. She has the chat up. Not anymore. I just turned that off so you can see me now. I'm inviting you for Easter.
I'm insulting you for Easter. That'd be funny.
Dessert, diet soda bottle, regular soda if you want to. Oh, I can do that. I was gonna buy some soda anyway. Yeah, I can come up with dessert. I mean, let's see. We got chocolate cookies mix. Um, we can get some. Make home some. I don't know how to make graham cracker crust. Maybe I can get one of those pies. I don't know, maybe an apple pie or maybe a chocolate cream pie, like the Edwards one. So we could certainly make the chocolate chip cookies. So, and we can make some fairy cakes. Yeah, we can make some fairy cakes. Um, let's see what we can do. Yeah, fairy cakes would be easy. Yeah, those won't take long. No. I got the cups for Miss Solo said she's sending a cake pan and some cupcake pans, so we'll see what we can do with that.
I don't think so either, Red. Not according to what Stan was saying.
Yeah.
Do you have Homeless Jim is asking, do you have any compromising photos of your landlord?
No, I don't.
Do you have any photos of him?
No, I never took pictures of him.
Where does he live?
He lives in Lakeville now. He used to live in Canaan.
Does he even come by the property?
Mm-hmm. He comes by every month to pick up the rent and to do maintenance.
Oh, he does do maintenance. Okay.
Yeah, but for some of the things like the boiler and the plumbing, he has contractors for that.
Okay.
That's why I said to Chris, I said Jimmy should get an electrician and retainer too.
Well,
Because
if he's just doing little bits at a time, he's probably trying to avoid replacing the whole thing, which is what needs to be done if the house is old.
oh yeah, that's just it. Maybe he could get the electrician to reroute some new cables in where the old wires are. He can still keep the fuses, but he just definitely has got to put some new redo some of the wiring. And some of the fuse boxes are kind of old anyway, from the 1950s, and they're kind of janky. Like I got 3 extra fuse holders that are not being used, so we could easily add like a 4 branch circuits plus the stove hookup, which is another 2 fuse pull for the stove. A building this size, it's got to be very expensive to totally rewire it. I wouldn't want to do it all in one sitting, considering the fact it probably cost him a couple $100,000 just to rewire it, because it is 10 apartments and 3 floors, and so that would take a lot longer to do.
I know what you mean, Red. You're saying he told her if she doesn't help him with something, then he's going to raise her rent, which would be unethical. Is there like a slumlord wall of shame there where you could report him to?
Lately, I haven't really been able to help him at all lately. So, except maybe sometimes helping him with figuring out certain things like how to use his cell phone and stuff like that. Certainly not rent off for that, but he hasn't increased my rent anywhere. My rent's still staying at $800 a month. So, and don't forget, have heat and hot included in the rent too, which is a plus. Yeah. I don't know if he's necessarily that bad. I'm not saying he's an angel, but he's not a devil. Patty still wants me to move in with her, which is interesting. And I told her, I said, we have to take care of a couple of things. First of all, we have to sort out a few things no matter what. Because first of all, originally you said you didn't like Lumi, and then you want to get Lumi out. And then because the sudden situation with me being disabled hurt, and basically having no place to go while I was in recovery, you put your neck out on the line for me, so I would be able to stay at your house, even though it messed up your program, which you finally got resettled after I went back home here. But I don't think it would make sense for me to go back with Patty. Not really. No. Because like me, she likes the place to herself and her 2 dogs. I don't think I can deal with 2 dogs on top of living, in a small apartment. Now she said she wants to get a house. I'm like, okay. And she said there's a 3 bedroom she's interested in finding out more about. And she said, would you ever consider moving? And I said, honestly, I'm actually pretty good right now where I am, but things are always in flux. You never know what's going to happen next week or next month. So I got to keep my opportunities open in case things go wrong. That's something I think you can understand. You have things together, all of a sudden something happens. Like a boat smashes into your piling, causing your life to collapse. Kind of paraphrase what the Baltimore or with the Maryland Bridge collapse, the Francis Scott Keys Bridge. You know, our lives are as shaky as concrete or rock footings underneath a bridge piling. Not exactly the most stable thing in the world, but you do with what you got, you know?
I think it sounds like you have a lot of people that care about you, and they would report your living condition if you wanted them to. But if you're happy right now and content and you feel like you're safe, then I think that's good too.
Right. But I do,
Patty, to me, hurt your feelings pretty badly at
yeah,
the time,
she did.
if that's the one I'm thinking of. And I don't think anything
Yeah,
good would come from living with someone
about
that's
that.
already done that.
That's the same one I lived with for 2 months. Uh,
Right. So, what are the odds that a person's going to become a better person as they get older? Probably not much. Usually, people get worse.
yeah,
People in abusive relationships
but
become more
I
abusive,
don't
is
think
what I
she
mean.
really realized that she was abusive, but she was.
She may not have done it intentionally. She just may not have the training or means to be able to have a live-in roommate that might need help. So
Yeah, but I think, do I really want to go back from the fire pan to the fire? That's the
no,
question.
I wouldn't.
I mean,
And
right now I'm stable. I have an apartment. I have my studio. I got my routine down. You know,
right,
I'm making a little bit of money on YouTube. Not a lot, but something. Get donations
yeah,
in non-money ways. You know, I have a loyal audience,
right.
and that's something that I think is a good thing. Now we're not. I mean, we're not making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year on YouTube, which I have to be honest is pretty rare. You might not make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year on YouTube, but there are some channels that obviously make a lot more than me. But part of the problem is I'm so set in my ways. Like we've been fighting about the vertical versus horizontal video thing for a while.
Well, that's content too. It's just your specific type of content. And
Yeah,
there are people that make money off of this, but they're not always that fun of a channel anyway. Every time you go there, their content's like a cookie cutter format. You're going to see the same stuff all the time usually. And I
yeah.
don't know.
But you know
The
what's
more individual channels might grow slower, but you're going to get to see their real side. And I think that's more valuable.
yeah.
When you're producing for a mass audience, you just become like a normal TV station. I don't know. It's just not the same.
I think what is interesting when you get a chance to see my content is maybe it doesn't have a lot of flash and zing. You get to see the real thing. You know, you get to see the real me behind the scenes. When I'm not going, oh, I'm going to worry about getting clicks and views. And I do want to get views, but I'm also realized that I'm not going to sell my soul to do it.
Well, remember when you talked about the stimulus check for like a year straight?
Yeah. Well, at the time, the stimulus check was a big thing, and now it's no more. So, no reason
I'm
to talk
hoping.
about it. A lot
What?
of people were talking about the stimulus check for a year straight.
Yeah, you were yelling, "Stimulate me."
I mean, the truthers. By the way, one person said something about that. This is a video guy said, "Is what is it with the truthers that seem to be getting into the spiritual stuff?" Well, I can answer that. How much more truther can you hear? I mean, how much more can you talk about? You know, Trump, 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 this, Trump, that. I mean, it gets old fast. But that's not a spirituality if you keep approaching it along the standard traditional paradigm, right? God saves, God repent for your sins, God will send you to heaven, you will have a nice time enjoying your afterlife, blah, 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 blah. Everybody talks about that. But no one actually, that's kind of boring. The Christian mentality, you know, it's nothing wrong with Christianity. It's just something that leaves me kind of wanting, you know. And then I start getting into other spirituality areas, but I realize most of my people don't want to get buried in that either. Nobody wants to have a Billy Graham crusade type channel where me sitting equipment like I'm in a big virtual pulpit yelling at you, throwing the Bible in your face. Do this because God says this. Do that because God says that. Now, first of all, how do I know God said that? In reality, here, just keep it simple. The Bible is transcribed by human hands, and maybe some stuff that God said got misconstrued unintentionally and intentionally. Unfortunately, the King James Bible comes to mind. That was written and appointed by the King James for his churches in England. Okay, so that Bible, which was in middle or older English, I want to call old English, but I'll say Middle English, has become the Bible that everybody talks about. Saying, oh, this is God's word. No, this is God's word. This is transcribed by a human being from the original German or from the original Greek and Hebrew tongues. That's what it is. So that means that what if the guy didn't have a good knowledge of Greek or Hebrew and all of a sudden he misunderstood the translation? You know, it could happen, right? You never know. I don't know anything about these guys' degrees. I mean, but apparently King James, when he appointed it, he was also anti-gay, and he wanted particular people to know he was anti-gay. So anything that was supporting gay behavior, he certainly would have taken it out of the book, right? He would have said, well, it ain't going to be in my Bible. We're not going to talk about that. No sticks and stones in this book. But what if God was talking about sticks and stones? You're saying is that you don't want to talk about sticks and stones? So what if God wants that to be left in the Bible? See what I'm saying? When you talk about that, it's a reality. People keep forgetting that. The Bible was manipulated by mankind, both on purpose and by
There
accident.
there's different I think there are things that God is against that has to do with sexual immorality, but I don't think that we can say that every gay relationship is immoral. So I think there are some things that he's
What
against.
Lot did with his daughter was definitely consensual rape.
Who was
He told
consenting?
the city of Gomorrah,
Oh yeah, that was
"Don't
horrible.
rape my daughter. Don't rape
Right.
angels."
Right. I'm just saying in general, I think that there are some types of sin that are bad, whether you're heterosexual or not, that I think God's against. But I don't think that the Bible, I mean, I don't know, I don't want to speak for God, but I think that there are people who are gay, who are in loving relationships, who are in long term relationships, who
I
have family structures. They're not just out, at, I don't want to say anything
looked at
negative,
me
but
straight out that God was certainly against non-consensual. Oh, absolutely, he was against non-consensual.
I don't think the Bible says that. I don't think that consent was a big deal in the Old Testament, to be honest.
No, not if Lot wants offers his own daughter up to be raped by the community. Holy crap!
I don't
Didn't even
think
ask his daughter, "Hey, daughter, would you like being raped by a whole bunch of hairy hot men?" No, Bob, I don't want to be. Oh, too bad. I'm the dad. You're gonna be stuck getting raped anyway. That's not fair. It'd be different if she said sure. But then again, would that be something like adultery? I don't know. You see, there you get into the legal sticky wickets that everybody likes to go away from for good reasons. But 21st century comes along, and I think that Jesus probably would say is, look, what my dad said at the time made sense for the time. Things have changed. You guys get enough humans out there. You have definitely been very successful at be fruitful and multiply to the point now where you're pushing your carrying capacity of the planet to the brink. Maybe you guys might need to consider opening up your doors to other opportunities. But I got a feeling in fact, I think it was Paul that said this about the eunuchs. The eunuchs. Let's call them what they are, the transgendered ones. Okay, the little boys that want to be little girls and things like that. It does mention that those that are born eunuchs are as they are by God and are blessed by God. That have been people like me and Lumi. But then you got the other people that convert themselves into them. Are they really blessed by God or not? Again, there's another sticky wicket. How do you pick on that one? I have a simple attitude. I just have to think about it more before I can give you a definitive answer what God really thinks about it. Um, Med said MMD is an illegal necromancer. What? Got raped to death by Nazis. Yeah, my last life. Yeah, I did. I was by a Nazi, not many. One soldier. Um,
How do you remember?
yeah. Do I remember? I just remember. It was funny because me and it turned out later on, I found out that Andrew was gonna propose to me later that week to marry me. Need I tell you what happened after that? Found out I was dead at the hands of Franz Mahler. He took to the wine real hard, and he's still carrying that residual karma ever since. They may he not realize it, but he's still carrying that karma.
Who has the karma?
You know, Andrew S has the karma.
But why would he have karma if he didn't kill you?
Well, I'm sure Franz Mahler does too, but the thing is, we don't know where Franz Mahler is now, do we? But no, Andrew feels like he lost something that he wanted so much to have. Like this
Oh,
Franz Mahler took away from him the one thing that he fell in love with when I was just a cashier in the store, you know, his trinket shop. And he feel like he was being cheated out of something that he truly really a person he truly loved by some evil German guy, which means that there's a lot of bitterness, and it's
has
still
Andrew told you this?
I found out this out from the other side from looking to the angels with spirit guides.
Are you saying other people are telling you about Andrew's past life and what he feels and stuff?
Our
Don't you think
past
he
life,
should consult his own?
over at the time. We were both in the same place in Paris, France.
Yeah, but it sounds like his spirit guides are doxing his personal info to you.
Actually,
Like how he feels and what he went through and that he was in love with you and all that. Like I would be pissed off if somebody was ratting me out.
all your past lives are in your personal record in your Akasha records. So theoretically, Michelle can dig up her past, and I can dig up Michelle's past, and
Oh, okay.
Andrew can dig up his past and Michelle's past, and so it's open to everybody for review.
Okay. Goodness.
And I think, like I said, I think Andrew, since that time, probably didn't realize what he was looking for is still something from the past that he never got a chance to do. And it still kind of carries it with him to this day, even though he didn't really think about it.
Well, how do you know that he does carry it with him to this day?
I don't know.
Like, what if that's not the only past life he had? What if he had another past life where he kicked a puppy
more than
and that's the karma he's carrying around?
I mean, this is my 34th life. This is Lumi's 33rd. So you can visualize you carry more than one past life. So yeah, he may have other past lives where he had problems too, which had nothing to do with me crossing over. But usually, when you tend to stay as a soul tribe. You know,
Oh, okay.
long-term people that you know tend to be in your soul tribe.
So is Noodles in my soul tribe? Is that why he won't leave me alone?
You probably are part of mine. Noodles is part of it. Stan is part of it. Chris is part of it. Dabs is maybe more younger member. You know, maybe he might be still new. Sometimes your soul tribe can get bigger or smaller depending on the situation. But the thing is that the soul tribe tends to work together, to incarnate together, or at least to be together as a group, for lack of better terminology. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because it's just like a regular clique of friends. Same deal, right? Got your friends, you stay together.
I think I was beheaded.
The newest one in the Soul Tribe that I know of is Carmen Miranda. Yeah.
She's dead.
And
Isn't she dead?
died in 1955. Yes. She's dead. She did not incarnate again.
But how can she be in your tribe if she's dead?
Because all of us all met together and when we were on the other side, and we all kind of wrote our own individual life charts, but we agreed to interact with each other. That's what
She
you do.
interacted with you?
She interacted with me later on, but
I thought she died in the 50s and you were born in the 60s.
Michelle was actually born a couple of different lifetimes, just like I was born in the 1916, and then I served in the speakeasies. You would have to be a pretty young limb. Yeah, but 1930s, 1939.
Well, call me old fashioned, but I'd want my tribe to be alive.
Kind of
I don't really see how people that are dead can help you.
Oh, it's hard to explain that. I've just got videos on it, and that if you look in our spirituality and ascension group, we cover all that there. There are videos all on that alone.
Yeah, you can make videos about anything, but in reality, you know,
I
mean, we have ancestors, your family line. Like I will pray to my family. I'll ask them for help along with God and stuff. But like I wouldn't just pick a random banana dancer from the 50s to.
Well, all I can tell you is this: is if you go to my spirituality and ascension forum, you'll see lots of videos from other people. I didn't put too many up myself. I just shared them. They covered this exact topic, so you can look at them from, like past life regressions, going back to out of body near death experiences, the Pleiadians. All this stuff is covered there. You just go back and check those videos, which is a great resource for everybody. If you have not checked them out, I really, really recommend you please do, because we've been putting these links up here for a while now, and on the Discord.
That would have been so fun, Mojo. I'd love to go out partying with you in the 40s. I've been looking at pretty 1960s dresses on eBay. Yesterday, this lady, Louisiana Glitter Queen, she posted a link to a muumuu. And to me, not to be rude to her, but to me, the muumuu she posted, I'm not a fan of it. But then underneath it said, you might be interested in, and then it had links to 1960s sheath dresses. I thought they were so pretty.
Absolutely. That's another way you can think about how you can experience residual of your past lives. Is like there's a certain clothing style that stands out to you. Certain styles of clothing will stand out to you for reasons you don't know why.
Yeah, I love vintage clothing. But see, the thing is, Michelle, maybe the difference for me is that even if I had a past life and a past history, and that could have helped form who I am today, I need to cut the cord to that life in order to make this one as effective as it can be, don't I? I can't live in the past and hang around with a bunch of dead spirits.
No one can live in the past because you don't progress.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Right. So, but that's one of the reasons why there are things that sometimes we do take into from the past and bring into the present, but we still evolve anyway because we're still using them within the present to deal with our real life issues in this life. But if all you
But
do,
how can anything good come from being gang raped to death or whatever happened to you? Like, how can holding on to that memory?
Gang raped, it was individually raped by a German soldier named Franz Mahler.
Oh, sorry, I got tricked by the chat. They said Nazis. I forgot. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. You said the singular soldier.
Yeah.
How come you couldn't fight him off? Did you not have weapons?
I tried, but let's put it this way. I was just a Parisian shopkeeper. I wasn't gonna be able to stop a soldier that was part of the SS. Come on. The guy was basically trained with weapon. How do you think he
Yeah, but you didn't have like a rolling pin or a little knife or something. You should have chopped him up at least a little bit.
Well, unfortunately didn't.
Scar his face. That's what you need to do if you can. Scar his face. He might live and you might die, but he'll carry the scar on his face the rest of his life.
I think what it was is I think Michelle was too naive at the time. I'll go there.
Wasn't prepared. Yeah. I'm sorry that happened, Michelle.
That's okay though. I've already cleared the karma on that. So, in my stupidity, I kind of dealt with that already in the past. That's one of the reasons I'm trying to do things right in this life. And it's not easy. No, it's not. Do me trying to make try not to make the same mistake and again. Remember the old say, for those who do not know history are bound to repeat it. That's why Mother God gave me that piece of history. Young, you know what happened in the past. Don't make the same mistake. And
Well,
yeah, that's the reality of that. Okay, here, comment on. Okay, Franz Muller. So, because Fran would be playing a female one, Franz. Um, but why do you think that you dream stories about? I don't know. I've been having weird dreams for years, and some of them make no sense at all. Some of them, like I have dreams. Sometimes I wake up. I think I have eye implants and ear implants in my body, and of course, constantly searching my body. Where would the implants be? I don't find them. I don't see them. I don't see any lumps or bumps. Where'd the implants be? Things like that. Really weird dreams that don't always make sense on one level. On the other sense, they're like those aha moments. Like, aha, maybe that's why I can't hear well. Or maybe that's why I can't see well. Who knows? I can't say. But I do know when I look at myself and examine my body in the mornings, I don't see any bumps or lumps. So maybe I don't have any implants. Maybe I have implants, but they're so subtle and so hard to find, it's hard to see.
they're probably not physical implants. You might have a memory of it happening, but it's not in this lifetime, maybe.
Right.
Like maybe it's in the future.
Or a future.
Aliens, yeah, aliens are supposed to be implanting stuff into humans. So sometimes I wonder, are they like foreseeing their future?
Well, they actually are working on the real version of the Futurama's iPhone that literally is an actual implant to a phone. They actually are making those. They actually are working on those now for FDA approval. Basically, it's a phone that they implant into your eye. It gets like
Crazy.
a lens that goes over your eye. And the idea is that you can operate the phone by just like your eye twitches.
That's going to be good for people's mental health.
Definitely not. No. But something that Stephen Hawking already was doing with his computer because of his Lou Gehrig disease. He'd have to look at each letter on the screen and go, move his eyeball to select the letter he wants. And God, that would just take a long time to type something. Think about it.
He went to Epstein's Island.
He couldn't talk, so he didn't really have any control of his hands or his legs. The only thing he could do was twitch his eyeballs. That's the only thing he could do. Sharp as a whip, but the poor guy had, like, if he didn't have that. And then I had a dream about, wouldn't it be nice one day if we could plug our brains into a USB port on a computer and stream live dream play? Yes, it would be, honestly, because the minute I can plug in my brain into a USB port and start streaming my dreams, for most cases, that would be very interesting, but also very frightening. Because all of a sudden, personal stuff gets out into the public. That would be totally mind blowing for YouTube. I don't wonder if some of those dreams should actually be marked as rated NC-17. I don't know. Hard to say, right? The idea of being able to plug your brain into a USB port on a computer and start streaming when you're sleepy. and then all of a sudden you find out you pissed off your favorite boyfriend or girlfriend, and then they say, "Well, you said in your dream last night that you thought I was a whale." Oh, I did. I
Right.
remember that. So then are you guilty of
It'd
saying
be.
that she was a fat whale because you said it in your dream? Huh.
I don't think we need people monitoring everything we do and say and think. Part of the beauty of the human experience is that we have the ability to have solitude.
That's one of the reasons why you'll notice that often I do not do what Noodles does. I do not stream every waking minute of my life. There are times I'll leave my phone at home and say, I don't want to be on camera right now. I don't want to be talking on camera. I just want to go out, get a few hours out, have a coffee, maybe just be a casual person, just reading the news on my phone. I don't want to sit there and start streaming everything I do.
He didn't used to, though. He may be stressed out right now or something. He may be having anxiety, and that's why he's streaming more. Like sometimes people don't want to be alone.
Yeah,
The more
that's true.
stressed they get or anxious they get.
It's he did just suffer the loss of his mom. So yeah,
Yeah, and his girlfriend lives
uh,
uh, in a different state, I think. So he's probably missing her.
yeah. Uh,
Mojo, yeah, that's so gross. It
can
would have been so easy to just push him off a boat, you know? Like if they knew he was a predator and he was a wheelchair, you don't even have to put him in a wood chipper. You can just like release the brake on his wheelchair
yeah.
thing, his wheel, and just let him roll off. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, I think social media has a good and bad side of it. The problem is when social media encroaches into everything you do in your life. Um, I think sometimes there are times when you just gotta basically put the phone down and say, "I'm not going there." For example, if I'm in the bathroom and I'm doing what I gotta do, there's where I say the phone does not come in here.
Right. It would be funny if you had a hot mic
Although
poop
Condit
moment.
did something similar. He took a bath with his cell phone on a tripod. But the bathroom was dark, so you couldn't really see him anyway when he was naked in the tub. But
Who did that?
why would you want to stream you taking a bath in the first place?
Who did that?
As I was taking a bath. I don't know. It'd be kind of weird. I think Bob
Tiger
Aaron would be laughing his head off if he saw that video.
Tiger Kitty, I don't know why your dog would be eating, not that you asked me specifically, but I don't know why your dog would be eating mud. But if there's like kitty, like if a cat's gone in the dirt there and then covered it, it could be looking for cat poop or something. Sometimes they even eat dog poop.
Oh
And
yeah,
I don't think it's that they're not getting the right food. Because I see Red suggesting that it may be missing a mineral, and I don't know about that part. That could be true, but it doesn't mean that you're not giving them the right food or enough food. But there are some times where
maybe
I think they're craving
maybe
something.
a nutrient supplement for the veterinarian can do a metabolic profile on them and tell you.
Yeah, they can run a blood test, and then you can also give them, like Michelle saying, something extra. But um, I've had dogs that did that, and the ones I have now, the dogs I have now, I have them on IAMS, chicken something, and they also eat some human food too. And they have not done that, gotten into the litter and stuff like that. So I don't know if it's a dog thing or if it's a.
Actually, I think it applies to any animal because I think sometimes Rusty wasn't getting all the nutrients he needed from his cat food. Um, I gave him a little bit of kitten caboodle from my mom gave me in December, mixed it for the last 2 or 3 days, mixed that in. Just a little handful because he doesn't really like it because it's kind of hard, but just a little bit. Along with his regular meow mix, and he seems to be doing pretty good. I think it could be a food issue. That's why your veterinarian can do some blood work on him and check. Make sure the dog is getting the proper nutrients. Maybe give you some supplements you can give him to help the dog to be better. And since
That's a big dog, Tiger.
it's female dog, Maybe she's having an issue where certain nutrients like iron might be low. I don't know if dogs have a menstrual cycle, but they might. She's not fixed. So, yeah, maybe she might need iron supplements or something, which would make sense with the dirt because usually there's iron in dirt. She's 110 pounds. Yeah, but if she's missing a nutrient, um, that's an issue. If she's missing a
She
nutrient,
may not be missing it. She may just, I think what,
well,
yeah, so then Tiger, there may be a neighborhood cat that's going in the yard or something and then covering it up. I don't know if that's it.
I don't know.
Oh no, Stan. I thought he looked chubby when you came and saw him the other day, but I didn't know if he lost weight.
Kitty Rusty looked like he lost some weight. Well, I'm trying to get his weight down. Just like I've been trying to work on my own weight. Giving him less cat food. Um, but he's still active though. So I'm still giving him a handful of cat food in the morning. Sometimes in the evening I'll give him a little more, but that's pretty rare. I don't want him to start getting into the puka bowl. You know what I'm saying? If they eat too much, and he likes to bolt his food, and then all of a sudden it's hard on his tummy, and it's like rocks, and he's like, bleh.
Well, throwing up is not a bad thing all the time. Sometimes they throw up and they need to get that out of them.
Right, which means
Like I wouldn't just feed him less because he's throwing up, though, because there could be something else going on.
he's not throwing up now, but you know. So if I'm feeding him less, and he's not throwing up now, so maybe, like I said, he's been eating too much. Now I gave him a little bit of kitten caboodle my mom gave me to give him.
Well,
And
do you wait till he's really hungry to feed him and then he eats too fast and throws up? Because
yeah,
I've had a cat that did that, and I had to give her small amounts of food a few times in a row for her to eat it all to get a full meal. But if I gave it to her all at one time, she'd eat it and gorge and then throw up.
yeah, exactly. So I actually try to keep an eye on this food intake. It's kind of like me too. Like if you made me eat all my food, all my USDA recommended daily caloric intakes in one sitting, my stomach doesn't sit well either. 2,000 calories. Gee, that's like what? Two plain double cheeseburgers, one large French fry, one medium Diet Coke, and a large vanilla shake. That's like my body says, like, that's it. That's all I can eat. Don't give me other things on top of that. I ate all those chocolate digestive cookies, and after I ate all those, I felt kind of like my cat probably didn't eat dry cat food. My stomach didn't feel well. I was like, oh, this is too much. Of course, I didn't puke, but I didn't get to that point. But I mean, it was definitely not good. So I'm trying to keep an eye on Rusty's health, and I'm trying to keep an eye on my health, despite what some people may tell you. You know, I'm not trying to eat like tons of food just for the sake of eating.
Well, cats are different than us, so I would just, you know, if you're going to restrict his diet, just make sure he's getting really good food before you do that,
Right,
because a lot of food that's crap food is going to barely provide the nutrients he needs versus a higher quality
right.
food that you can give him less of and still get the same, you know.
Well,
My
he's
phone's
an older
about to die.
cat too, so he's probably going to need different nutrients now. As he's older, he's not as active anymore. He's not 3 years old anymore. He's not out there chasing after female cats anymore. He's older Tom, older retired tomcat. He's like, okay, I've done my share. I've had my kittens. I've done everything I need to do. I don't have to rush out and feel as energetic, but he still goes out. I don't know if he's eating anything outside in the community either. So he might be getting a lot of in between snacks too, going after occasionally a bird or a mouse or something. Um,
Oh, okay. My phone's about to die, so I should probably go before it
okay,
just hangs up on you.
well, I'm about ready to end anyway. But thank you for coming on
Well,
this.
I can stay for a few more minutes. I didn't want it to just, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, I think it's time to get ready to wrap it anyway. But I thank you for being on the morning show today.
thank you for having me up. I appreciate it. I had a good time.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you did. All right, thank you for being.
Okay, thanks. Bye bye.
Yeah, bye bye. So yeah, we had a long show today again, and so yeah, I'm watching Rusty's health. I'm trying to get his weight down. Just like I'm trying to get mine down too. How do I know when I'm losing weight? Well, I can tell by because my clothing, my underwear's fit. And when I start losing weight, I start my watch band starts to feel extra large. Remember, this is not leather. This is stainless steel, so it doesn't physically stretch. So this is feeling looser and looser on my wrist. So I think that tells me I'm losing weight too. And thank Katie. I want to say to Chris, to Carrie, thank you for being here, and everyone else for being here. And I'm sorry Noodles is having problems, but I don't know why. Um, we're having problems earlier. But I also want to thank Eloise for the video she did earlier today. I played the new musical video. I thought that was a really awesome video. And I did share it out on the Discord already, but I decided to share it with you guys so you guys could hear it. If you don't know her channel, please subscribe to her channel. She doesn't have a lot of subs. And I think it would be wonderful if you join her channel. So when you go watch the video, just subscribe and click the bell on her channel. I think she's putting a lot of effort into something. Uh, because I think she finds my show wonderful and she likes it. So let's return the favor and let's support her by subscribing and leaving comments on the video. I think that'd be wonderful for everybody anyway, just to do that, show your appreciation. Yeah, Michelle's at PetSmart with Noodles. Actually, it was Petco, not PetSmart. No, he doesn't have fleas. I checked. Veterans code says. Okay, well, you know what? I'll be honest. I may not be the best. I remember my eyesight does kind of suck. I don't know. But yeah, I didn't see him scratching a lot. But at least I can say that, it's not like I'm not at least keeping an eye out on my cat's health. Because remember, Rusty does have big bones, but he also does have, he's carrying a little bit extra baggage. But I don't think he'll ever be as small as his friend cat downstairs. That cat's much smaller than he is. And Rusty is just big, just big. He's just a bigger cat, bigger frame on him. So that's a big difference. Yeah, that house. All right, guys. So today is Thursday. I do not have anything officially planned for today. But maybe I'll drop in and do something. I don't know. We have the World of Warcraft stream on Friday. We have the live stream on Saturday. So we'll be live on Saturday night on Kick for the live stream. And tomorrow night for the World of Warcraft. 3 o'clock p.m. will be the regular afternoon show. And that's what we're going to do. So for now, all right, let's go get some things done today, whatever it is you got to do. And so for now, I'll let you go. Want to go blessing? Sure, absolutely. Have a nice day. Stay out of trouble and do good for other people today. Amen. Amen. What about you? Absolutely. I will do one too. I don't want to make a stupid one. But I kind of thinking of a stupid one. Oh, what is it? May Carmen Miranda stay out of my hair. Oh, that was okay. I guess it counts anyway. But thank you very much, Lum. I think that's right. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Bye bye. Bye bye, everybody. Bye bye.